Hey y'all, it's me, Lynn Daniel, coming to you today. It is Thursday, July 24th, 2014. This summer is leaving us. Oh. I know, man. Look, okay, yesterday, if you haven't seen yesterday's video about clueless immigration solutions, go back and watch it. I did, oh my goodness, I had fun editing that video, so go back and watch it. And I talked a little bit about how this summer I'm not doing what I planned to do. I had a plan A, which was to visit my daughter. I do my trip. I just enjoy doing that trip. You know, I just love every aspect of it. That didn't fly because she came home to visit the week before and it just totally, and she's doing stuff, so it just totally revamped her old mom's summer life. It's a shame my life revolves around my children, but it does to some degree. And then plan B was to have some work done around here. That ain't happened yet. It's like pulling teeth. So this is plan C. So plan C, I've been home. Yeah, just chilling like a villain. And there's really no yard work. I could mow the lawn one more time, but I ain't gonna do it. It's not horrific looking. It's just not very trim. Like, you know how your guy will have a little hair down, you know, little fuzz. Yeah. Yeah. Or he could have fuzz but have it trimmed up real nice. Now that's, yeah. There's a difference, isn't there? So my yard has the fuzz, but it needs a little trim, and oh well, too bad. So today's vlog is just my way of vlogging my summer days to show myself how I use my time. If you've been watching my vlogs, I have been watching the Burn Notice series on Netflix for how many days now? I know it's been probably close to 2 weeks because there are 7 seasons, and so I will watch chunks of hours. It's like vegging, watching Michael evolve into this character, this hardened, like evolving from this kind of playful menace, a risk taker type of guy, kind of just mission. Well, no, he had a mission. He always wanted to find out who burned him, but there was a sense of playfulness in that character at the start of the series, and then as the seasons progressed, even that season where Fee went to jail, to prison, even her character began to evolve into this like jaded kind of a person in a sense. And I was like, dag, is that the actress? Is that her emotion, or is that really her characterizing that emotion? But it just seemed, there seemed to be tension between that actress, Gabrielle Anwar, and the guy who plays Michael, whatever, Michael W. So now in season 7, he is back with the CIA, and he's trying to take down this organization that has footprints all over the world, and it's like they're like mercenaries, taking out guys in high position, well, girls too, I guess, powerful people who are corrupt and just wreaking havoc on the world. So and just watching him like do so much to attain that goal. So in the episode I saw today, the top guy, James, injected Michael with some kind of truth serum. And Michael, in order to interrogate him, to get the truth from him. And so I was just thinking, man, what people, you know, paralleling this to real life. You know, some people, I think we all have something that we desire, some aspiration that we hope for, some dream that we would aspire to, you know, that we would dedicate ourselves to. I think everybody has that in them. Some people go after theirs, and some people give up. They give up. Now, I don't know if I will go to those extremes that he did, because I can remember, I think, when I think back on the first time I saw season 7's ending, if I have the right episode, I recall seeing Michael and James' character like either falling off of a wall together or going over some wall together, and that was like the end. And so if a person wants something so bad, that they're willing to allow themselves to be injected with a truth serum and be beat and be kidnapped and be just horribly mistreated, it's like, okay, so then what do you gain from that? Like, okay, you've accomplished this, so what's the end result? What's the payoff? What do you leave with? What do you live with? What is your reward? Because I don't know. It's like the chasing of the wind in some sense. Not in all regards, but we all need something to live for and to strive for. That's true. I mean, I believe that, but I don't know. I just think some of that energy is misdirected. Some of it is, I think. I think some of the things that we aspire for could really go to other pursuits, like, and maybe not for you, but for me. Okay, so like, I don't know. When I was in high school, I volunteered. I did a lot of volunteer work when I was in high school. And in college, too. A lot of volunteer work. And then, so, I mean, you find something that you feel you can dedicate your time to, and you give your time there. That's one way. Because in the end, we're all going to die. We're all going to leave this planet. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, I'm just going to get to the point so I won't lose my audience, because it's already 10 minutes in and y'all probably like, what is she saying? Okay, so we're all going to die, right? Some people believe you die and you're reincarnated, you come back. And in science, I've heard, that's called like episcience, where they look at, no, science of epigenetics, where science has now discovered that each of us have encoded in our genes and in our DNA, the DNA of our ancestors. So when we have those deja vu memories and stuff like that, or we have maybe inclinations towards certain things, those are all possibly influenced by our epigenetics. So that's why some people feel that they've lived before, because in your DNA, you've got the DNA of your people who have lived before. And so there is a sense of familiar there, and you do feel that connectedness with the prior past time in history or something. So I don't believe in reincarnation. I think epigenetics explains it well enough for me at this point. That sense of reincarnation. So, I mean, I believe, like the Bible says, there's appointed unto man once to die, and after that, the judgment. So we do all of these things on earth, which we're supposed to do. We're supposed to use our time actively, like the wise virgins who kept their lamps filled with oil, and the wise servants who, they didn't plant the seed. They took the coins and they used and invested, and they used the coins wisely. And then the one buried his coin because he was afraid that the master was going to beat him or something like that. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. If you know your master is going to beat you for planting the coin, why are you going to plant it? Go out there and use it how it's supposed to be used. So that makes no sense. So it makes no sense to whittle away your time, is the point I'm saying. So Michael Westen, thank you. Michael Westen. Oh my gosh, it took me forever to remember his name. Michael Westen, the character of Michael Westen. OM goodness. Michael Westen lost his brother. He came, you know, grew up with an abusive, physically abusive dad who was physically abusive to the mother and the children. And in the season 7, episode 5 or 6, Michael says he realizes that his dad made him who he is. You know, that harsh treatment, that whatever the conditions were that he grew up under, forged in him the character, like survival instinct and smart. He was swift and smart and able to predict like what might be coming up based on, I guess, his dad's behavior, or, you know, when you are in those types of conditions, you do become very sensitive to your surroundings. So you learn those survival instincts. They just kind of heighten. So anyway, yeah, he said that part of his life made him who he was. And it was almost like this character, I think somewhere in this series, and I know y'all, I've been talking about TV a lot, but I guess I'm drawing parallels, because if you can't understand the concept straight on, then you gotta, like, analogies really do help you to, I think, draw a human parallel or a relatable parallel. So I don't know. I guess what I am saying today in today's vlog that I'm going to have to edit down because it's already at 14 minutes. It is so important to have a purpose in life, but it's also important to evaluate that purpose and make sure that it is purposeful, because it would be a lost cause to spend your life working for a cause or investing your time, treasure, and talent into something, and then it brings no fruit. No fruit for you. No fruit for your soul. I was watching this video. Now, okay, I'm just going to go there. I'm going to go there, and some of you all may not like this, but I'm going to go there. So I was watching a video last week about this, I can't remember who posted the video, but it was about a young girl who was possessed by demons. And a pastor was trying to, well, he was in the ritual of casting the demons out of the girl. So it was called a demon talk. He was talking to the demon. Oh, I remember who it was. It was the Anthony show or something. The April and somebody show. April and Wayne show, yeah. April and Wayne show. So anyway, in this demon talk, the pastor was praying for her, and the demons were coming out. I didn't hear all that part, but the last demon was talking and pleading not to be cast out because of they would be beaten and tortured and all of this stuff. And so this demon was just describing hell and how horrific it was, and describe heaven, how beautiful heaven is, and how in heaven it was so peaceful, and there was just, it was beauty and peace and just pleasant and just just heaven. And then for the demon was saying how, and she said she was a female demon. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just sharing with y'all what I saw, because it makes a point, whether it was fake or not. It could have been fake. The girl could have had mental issues, you know, but the point I'm making here is we live a life, we work hard for something, we're all going to die. So what are we going to gain from all of this? What are we going to gain? And just like the Michael Westen character, what he put all his life into finding out who burned him. And what is he going to gain? So anyway, the demon was telling the pastor, "Oh, I'm the nicest one. I don't make her sin a lot. I don't make her do any really bad things. I don't make her hurt, you know, herself or others or whatever. I'm the nicest one." And like, I don't want to go because if I have to go, Satan's going to do this. I don't know if she referred to Satan as Satan or whatever, but he's going to beat me. He's going to torture me. It's going to be horrible. It's pain. And I've never known pain until this. And I'm telling you all, you know, whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in Jesus Christ as God or not, there is a day where everybody is going to die. Yes. And the fear of death, you cannot fear death. You cannot fear it because what's the point of fearing death? Now, in the Bible it says, "Death, where is thou sting?" You know? "Oh, grave, where is thy victory?" or something of that effect. We don't play around with death. We don't entertain death. Death is not our friend, but we don't fear death. We don't. We love life. We worship God, and we glorify Him in the life that He has given us by living a life that is fruitful and that will provide a blessing, a payoff at the end, if you will, a payoff. And you know what? Okay, I'm going to say this too. And so those of us who are alive during this the Great Tribulation that's going to come on earth, don't take that mark of the beast, man. Do not take that mark of the beast. Now, it sounds just to hear it, the mark of the beast. It's not going to be called the mark of the beast, you all. The technology, there is a lot of technology already in production and in test phases through, I think, Motorola or one telephone company has a little disc that you can apply to your body on your arm. And then you can use it to flash your phone up against it, and it will unlock your phone in like 2 seconds, in shorter than 1 point something seconds. So I can't even say 2 seconds. And it will give you access to your phone. So if you take the mark of the beast, you're going to have all those luxuries. You're going to have the ability to buy and sell. You'll have the ability to have access to life. But look, if you're still alive, you don't even know what the quality of life will be. It may just be that you have an access to the store to get stale bread, old eggs, and rotten apples, right? The people who take the mark are going to be covered in sores, and the plagues are going to be poured upon the earth, and they're going to be stung for 5 months by these huge, gigantic locust things. Well, they look like horses and men or something. So, what's the trade-off? If you are alive during the Great Tribulation, when all the bowls of judgment are poured on earth, the only way to avoid death is to take the mark of the beast. So you can't fear death, because the death is going to get you to heaven. In that case, listen, I am not talking about taking your life or taking anyone else's life. Because thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not murder. There's a difference between kill and murder. But still, that is not the point. The point is that if we are living in the time of the Great Tribulation, you're going to have two options. Either go to the guillotines or take the mark of the beast. If you fear death, you're going to be afraid to go to the guillotines. So you're going to have to man up now. Start manning up now. You got to man up now, because whatever the things that you have been practicing now and doing now will pretty much determine what you're going to do later, unless something you just wimp out, which most people, I know when I sang with the chorus and we would just rehearse every week, we would have our rehearsals, at home I would go over my music. And so our rehearsals would imitate and emulate the concert to a high degree, even though we had to iron out a little, we had to work on, maybe enunciation, we had to iron it out, but we were closely emulating the actual performance. So after 4 months of practices, 4.5 months of practices, at our first concert, we would knock the ball out of the park. Every time. And that's not a fluke. So, be prepared, y'all. This is the weirdest vlog. Burn Notice Marathon. Great Tribulation. Guillotine or mark of the beast. All right, that's it. Be blessed. I gotta edit this down. This is too long. Yeah, so this is how my vlogs roll. They're like a little bit of everything.